What's going on, man? How you doing after everything that popped off?
It's a lot on the table right now, and a lot of shit that's way bigger than battle rap is on the table right now, you feel me?
Well, I know you spoke about the potential East Coast versus West Coast tension, and I've heard that from a lot of other people. I spoke to Uno Lavos about it, and he said, you know, honestly, Dizaster and Math aren't as big as Biggie and Pac, but the situation could turn into that if things continue to escalate. Have you been receiving any type of threats from anyone or anything after this?
No, I haven't received any threats. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has pretty much came to me with no type of threats, you know what I mean? It's just through the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, by me being a real street niggas, I talk to certain people that don't get on the computer. You know what I mean? You notice, like, I ain't been tweeting, I ain't been talking to people online, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the streets because shit is real. You know what I mean? And through the streets you know what I'm saying? I got family that's not family, but I got, you know, niggas that I fuck with that's Cali natives, but that fuck with the East heavy, and you know what I'm saying? Niggas is pressing lines on them and they don't even got nothing to do with this shit. You know what I mean? So it's just to the point to where, you know, somebody could say Math and Dizaster is not big as Biggie and Pac, but at what point could you say that? Technically, Dizaster is big as Biggie and Pac. Right now, he's one of the most viewed dudes in the world. So you can't say he's not big as Biggie and Pac wasn't as big until they died. So you can't, actually, you ask me, Dizaster and Math is just as big as Biggie and Pac after they was dead now. This is one of the most viewed dudes in the world. You can't say this is not big as Biggie and Pac. It is. It could go, like, literally, you know what I'm saying? Like, if the situation continues, like, say, for instance, somebody on the West Coast has an altercation, like somebody goes to New York and has an altercation, another altercation pertaining to the Dizaster and Math shit. It continues. You know what I mean? And it can turn into that, and that's what I don't want.
Right, I don't think anyone wants that, definitely. Well, let me throw it back to the actual situation. You were there at Summer Madness. You know, you told me how when Math hit serious, everything went into slow motion. I remember you told me this story about how when you were like 6 years old and the shootout happened,
bro,
and you went into slow motion.
Honest to God, this shit feel like Summer Madness all over. The same shit that happened at Summer Madness, the same shit that happened right now. I'm standing there, Diz like, yo, I should sock you. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at Diz and I'm like, man, this nigga ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this nigga, calm this shit. I'm telling myself, man, calm, both of y'all niggas calm this shit down. Y'all niggas just was hugging before the battle. You know what I mean? Calm this shit down. You know what I'm saying? You know, I look down at my phone for a second. I look up and Diz swung on him. And I'm like, oh my, you know what I'm saying? The same feeling I had from Summer Madness is the same feeling I had right there. Did this shit really happen? And I'm trying to grasp it, like everything went in slow-mo, and I'm just trying to grasp it, like my brain is at a glitch mode. It's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is this shit really fucking happening? Like, you know what I mean? And like, as, you know what I'm saying, as shit really start, like, as after the slow-mo, when shit started to you come back in, I'm looking, I'm like, oh shit, this shit really happening. All right, okay, where my girl at? That's first thing. Where my girl at? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking around like, where my girl at? But then I can't really look too hard because I don't know who's fighting. You get what I'm saying? I know people, I see people that I know that's involved in the shit, but like, you know, for the record, there was, all right, let me let the world know a story that's outside of battle rap. All right, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't know, you know, and a lot of people don't know this, that the dudes that I was with, which is, you know, my main, you know, my boys that's involved in this shit, we actually had an altercation with another local gang out here in LA. This is outside of battle rap. We had an altercation with another local gang out here in LA. And with that being said, you know, we got all the, you know, on the street end, off of Twitter, on the street end, we got all the messages and, you know, all the shit got back to us. Them niggas was going to be at the event. When we got to the event, the niggas was at the event. 4 of the niggas was at the event. Remind you, nobody at the door patted nobody down. So I know for a fact them niggas had it with them inside the venue. First thing I say is I look at my lady, I say, yo, hey, go get that. My lady pushed back to the house. She go get it. She bring it back to me. Boom, we in there. All right, it is what it is. So the whole time I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I just hope this shit don't pop off because this ain't got nothing to do with battle rap, but as on some street shit, it got to happen in here, you know what I'm saying, outside of battle rap. So that was one thing that was going on. And the second thing was when all that shit broke out, all I kept saying is, there go the other niggas over there. And the other niggas was chilling in the corner. And I'm like, the worst thing I want to happen is them niggas to start shooting right now. You know what I mean? So I'm just looking at my girl. I'm trying to calm my dudes down. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the niggas over there. I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, yo, what the fuck is the best decision right now? And it's so much. It was so much going on. Like so many punches being thrown. You like it was like KOTD dudes like pushing people. It was all type of. It was so much shit going on at that exact moment, bro. I really didn't know what to do. Then I told myself, the worst thing I want to happen is if I jump in this commotion and try to get these dudes off of Math, what if this gun go off? Then what is the world gonna say? Daylyt tried to kill Math. Bro, it was so much shit going. You gotta think, we don't really have big events like that in LA. We don't. And now that I'm getting bigger, you know what I'm saying, LA gets to watch my every move. And I keep telling people, I'm from a gang, bro. I'm from a gang out here. And we have real enemies. And our enemies is following our every move. So with that being said, it could have went down in there outside of battle rap, and that was one thing that was on my mind. And if you really pay attention to me and Clip's battle, people was wondering why my energy level wasn't there, and my energy level was dying out because I seen the niggas in the background like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, niggas like, yeah, it's gonna go down. So the whole time I'm battling, I'm like, I just hope the cameras is on. I hope they don't trip because I am forced to shoot one of these niggas on camera. So it was a lot going on that night, man. A lot going on. And I just feel like I was put dead in the middle of a situation that I didn't have no control over.
So I remember personally when I watched the footage, when you flashed the piece outside the venue, I initially was thinking that's pretty suspect of security, you know, when I'm been hearing that no one got patted down as well.
When I seen them niggas in the building and then I noticed nobody got patted down, all I kept saying is, I kept telling myself I should tell Organic, yo, let's end this event. You know what I mean? Let's like shut it down. And then I actually spoke to a couple of dudes of the staff and I'm like, yo, it's like that in here right now. Them niggas right there, it's like that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? It can go down at any moment. So I just want y'all to be, you know, heads up. And, you know, I told them. And, you know, they wasn't trying to hear it. Oh, it's good. You know what I'm saying? Them guys are cool. They're not tripping. They're over there drinking. They're having a, all right. All right. So, you know, I brought the piece in there for something that was way outside of battle rap. And that's real shit.
When you did the blog addressing how Math and Dizaster should handle the situation, and you pulled out the gun, basically telling Dizaster how serious things could get, were you sending a threat to him?
People gotta know something about me. I know how to do stuff that make things get to the mass. Like whenever you watch a Daylyt blog, there's underlining messages of the blog. There's always underlining messages, and you gotta watch the blog from multi perspectives. When I showed the hammer in the blog, that doesn't mean the hammer is for Dizaster. That doesn't mean the hammer is for anybody. That means that if y'all niggas don't catch that fair one, it could possibly go gunplay down the line. Guns will be involved because this is how the shit goes. Dizaster situation with Math. Boom. A Cali native goes to New York and gets jumped. You know what I'm saying? Gets jumped. Cali native come back and kill somebody because that's exactly what's going to happen. NY dude comes over here and kills him, and it's going to keep going. So that gun was to show the world it has gunplay in there.